Right to the major breaking news out of McCarran Airport. Just in the past 10 minutes, we've learned the air traffic control tower is shut down, temporarily closed after one of the workers up there potentially tested positive for the coronavirus. Airport officials tell us at least 40 flights in the air are being diverted right now. They say the Las Vegas Terminal Radar Approach Control has assumed control of the airspace. So there is control of the airspace. That's the backup plan, but it moves more slowly. The airport remains open and operations will continue at a reduced rate until the situation is resolved.
Governor Sisolak made his message incredibly clear here today, and he just wrapped up speaking. And yes, he did get pretty fired up towards the end of it. And that message, stay home. Now, we want to make sure you know it's not all Nevada businesses. It's all businesses that have been deemed non-essential that will be closing for the next 30 days. Think about things like nail salons, barber shops, things like that, according to the governor. Essential businesses, gas stations, banks, grocery stores. That's what they're talking about when they talk about the difference between essential and non-essential. And in that non-essential category were casinos. Casinos across the state are being told to shut down for the next 30 days. Gaming should be stopped tonight at midnight, according to the governor. Now, we know we had started to see some businesses start to close their doors earlier this week. Some of the major casino and resort properties on the Strip had already started to close. Governor said this was a step that needed to be taken. It's a drastic measure, but it's all being done in the effort to stop the spread of the coronavirus amid this ongoing pandemic that we're seeing. Now, again, he's saying this is not a vacation. This is not a time for people to go catch up with their friends and go to the gym. This is a time he's urging people to stay home. He did get fired up during this press conference earlier this evening, almost emotional at times. Listen to this.
I don't know if I can make this any clearer, that people are looking for a loophole here. This is affecting the lives of our citizens. People are dying. You know, every day that is delayed here, I'm losing a dozen people on the back end are going to die as a result of this. Kevin Durant, one of the most fit people in the world, tested positive today. It's incumbent upon the citizens of this state to take this seriously.
Really fascinating. At the crux of it all, get sentenced or get sick? One family tells News 3 fears of the coronavirus were enough to have them to take a plea deal to get their teenage son out of custody. That's the subject of tonight's Vegas Lost investigation with John Trainer.
Of all the corona stories, this one might be the most bizarre. It's hard to socially distance yourself in a cell. One teenager has been in the juvenile detention center since January. Now, with the court system delayed because of corona, that teen made a decision. Afraid of what would happen if the virus got into that center, he pleaded no contest to a crime in order to get out. In her mind, it was the ankle monitor or the virus. Faced with a lengthy stay in juvenile detention, Venezuela Thomas made a choice. She let her son plead no contest to a robbery charge so he could be home during a pandemic.
It was very hard because, man, we just didn't want him sitting in there for 30 days or longer, knowing, that the coronavirus is out here.
It was January when Thomas's teenage son was arrested in school for a robbery. Another student was hit in the face, money was taken. Her son still says he did not do the crime, but there's no bail in juvenile detention. He's been locked up since January waiting for a trial date. Then COVID-19 happened. Suddenly hearings and trials were postponed. Visitation was canceled. She couldn't see her son and didn't know when his trial would begin. Faced with another month or more in a small cell, her mind went from a list of charges to a list of medical conditions.
In and out the hospital, in and out the hospital. He's had pneumonia in the right side, the left side of the lung, both lungs, in and out the hospital. So it's just, he has a lot of health issues, and it just concerned me a lot. So that's one of the reasons why we just went on ahead and made the decision.
She was worried he would be at a high risk if COVID-19 got into the detention center. So to get him out and get him home, she advised her son to take an offer.
That's the only way he was going to get out.
Now he is self-quarantined and court-ordered to stay at home, inside. The ankle monitor keeps him honest. He has to wear it for 6 weeks before finding out what his sentence could be. A side effect of the coronavirus, Thomas never saw coming.